Here's my hot take on these videos. Mostly the reactions to these videos. Everyone is out here talking about how Emily has helped them completely change their relationship with food, and it's the first time they feel like they can really eat real food again. If it was anyone else, if it was a fat creator, they'd be shamed for these meals. They'd be told that they're eating too much, the portion size is too big, like how could they put mayonnaise on a meal, way too much soy sauce, can you believe how much sodium intake they're taking, like, and you can't tell me I'm wrong, because I see it all the time. We saw it with Lizzo eating vegan food. She was told she was eating too much. We see people when they talk about the meals and like how they are out of control portion sizes. The only reason why it's acceptable here is because she's skinny. And you can't tell me otherwise. I think this is just a sign of how far fat phobia has gotten in our society, that it is so life-altering for so many people just to see someone eat food. To see a skinny person eat food. I just exist and I'm told to stop eating. And we're gonna, like, we're just falling on the ground for someone to eat white rice. I don't know if I'm just thinking about it too much, but it's a little upsetting. Oh my God, thank God I don't look like that. Jesus Christ. Can you imagine? This basically cured my body dysmorphia. Imagine looking skinny like that. Oh, thank God it's not me, right?
Shit is so big, Lord, my back hurt. They be bouncing when I move. 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 They be bouncing when I move.
Actually, I do want to be fat because bellies are beautiful.
So that's fat phobic. It's fat phobic to say, wow, I made myself fatter and then I took that filter off and I realized that, like, my body's not that bad. And a lot of people are excusing this as body dysmorphia, but we have to understand who's being hurt by this and who's being impacted by this. So what you're doing is you're showing my body as your before, right, as your reaction, and you're saying, oh, wow, I had to take a deep breath because thank God I don't look like that, right? So that's continuing fat phobia, continuing anti-fatness. It's not fat people crying like, oh my God, look what happened. It's a true statement that that is fat phobic.
But what's not body positive is when you're 400 to 500 to 600 pounds and like visibly decaying. That's not body positivity.
No one on this app who comments on fat bodies or what foods people are eating actually give any kind of a shit about someone's health. They don't. Because if they cared about someone's health, they would also care about that person's mental health. You know, I've done a few lives on this app, and before I knew that you can smoke on lives, I had a few cigarettes on lives. Did anyone talk about the fact that I was possibly giving myself cancer? Warn me about the side effects of smoking? No. Did they comment on my weight? Yeah. You are not concerned that someone's weight is causing them to be unhealthy. You are concerned that despite them being overweight, they might love themselves, and you don't. Now, do you really think berating someone online about their weight is the best way to get them to lose weight? Or can we all agree that loving yourself and wanting to nurture yourself and look after your body because you love yourself might be a better route? And you say that 400 pounds and up, you know, that's no longer body positivity. How much do I weigh? No, come on, I want a number, and it better be accurate. Because if you're setting a limit to body positivity with a weight, you better be able to accurately tell someone's weight from afar. See this? This is the first bikini I ever owned. And I love this bikini because it reminds me of the time that I decided to start loving myself. It reminds me of a time that I decided that I was worthy of things. It reminds me of the time that I first realised I look fucking hot. And I'm sorry that your insecurities find that a really triggering statement for me to love myself. But I promise you can get there. As soon as you stop concerning yourself with other people's bodies and other people's weight and start looking at yourself. No one is stating that obesity is healthy. But if you hate yourself and you lower your standards, you're opening yourself up to a world of people who will abuse you, and you'll thank them for it. I want you to think of a person you really hate. Would you put in the time 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year to help them, to make them better? Would you do that? While you think about that, I'm just going to keep existing in my bikini.